So I'm speaking with Sophie Goyette, who's at Sundance 2013 with her fifth short, Le Futur, Proche, which I got the chance to see at the Toronto Film Festival. She's a worldly filmmaker, and so basically I wanted to know how's your experience been, and what are your thoughts about a festival that usually programs U.S. indie stuff. They're heavy on U.S. indie, but they decide to go international and select you.
I have to say, for my first time in Sundance, when I was announced, when it was announced to me that I was selected, I was surprised because I know well that festival. I check it out each year, and my film Le Futur Proche is quite, I've been said, poetic and impressionist style of film, and they really reached out for that and told me it touched them. So I didn't know they went that range, and for me it was of course the best news of the years, and it was ending greatly my 2012 year. And now to have like a week ahead in the Sundance Festival, and I have to say, it's one of a kind. It's a really more personal and intimate festival that I thought. As I've been to Toronto TIFF festival, where it's big, it's great. You sense the market, but here they actually really focus on directors' work. The programmers, when they speak to you, you feel that they know your stuff, your art. They tell you greatly why they chose you. It's really directors oriented, and you feel so lucky for that.
I was wondering if you could discuss just the basic genesis of this short.
Of course, I have to say, I was 29 at the time. I had made 4 short films in 4 years, and I saw myself heading to the features, but in my artistic approach, I do doubt myself, and I was feeling really vulnerable at the time, and that sense of vulnerability I wanted to share. It always starts with an emotion that I want to share. And for me, there was this small suburban airport near a big highway that intrigues me, and I went in the winter to do some research there, and the settings really inspired me. And then from then on, I was reaching for a story where airplane pilots find himself very vulnerable at that time of his life. So we follow him through a journey through 24 hours in his workplace as he's getting really bad news and sense that his world is changing around him. So I had that feeling that I had to share. It's my first short that I co-written with someone else, a friend of mine, Madeleine, and it was an experience to really go deep within yourself, even if it's not autobiographical. It's my most personal and exploratoire.
Yeah. Exploratory film.
Exactly.
There's a lot of images or imagery that explores pathos in a way that explores emotions, and I was wondering if you could address that. How did you go about the visual strategy and mapping that out to explore the human condition and what your character is going through?
To be really, really honest, it's intuitive.
Okay.
I haven't done film school, and when I decided to try out cinema, because it was in my head for forever, and I was like, okay, I'm heading through that. How do I do it? And I get those those colors really early in the writing processes, and I always search to see how I can put image and sound that reach within people, like that when you leave the theater, the film stays with you, and sometimes you don't know why. And some films in my life saved my life, like because I felt accompagné. I felt
Accompanied
by those films at that point in my life. I felt like, oh, I'm not alone. There's sensation in that film, that strong impression that's with me, and I don't know why. So I always reach more for the sensation and the heart than the cerebral, always, and the comprehension. And sometimes that's hard to get finance, but it's so much my goal. And sometimes I have to say I'm in the shooting or in editing room, and I don't know why I do it like that, but I know I need to do it like that. And I'm really precise. I with my editor, I bring dark chocolate in the rooms to so they really follow me in my path, and I say no, I really want that, and sometimes they're like, yeah, are you sure? And afterwards, the film grows on them, and they're my first audience, and their response does confirm me that I can trust my instinct. Okay. So yeah, and I'm really visual. When I was in high school, I was in science, but I was always doing how did you say that? A lot photography lessons dans la chambre noire, and it's already been really strong to me. Paintings, pictures, more than anything else.
Okay, what is it about French Canadians that have festivals like in Knots? Why is it Cannes, Locarno, TIFF? Why are they all, and now Sundance specifically with you again? Why do you what do you think is the reasoning for that?
That's a fascinating question. Why so much creativity in Quebec? I would say because each time there's a festival that announces their films, there's almost every time a Quebecois film.
Yeah.
And
Berlin, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Berlin. There's 3 features there. No, I don't know if it's because maybe there's still an identity to be reach out in Quebec, and that we try to define ourselves in our art. I know I don't do it specifically for that. Like I'm not, when I do my film, I don't think Quebec power. No, I'm actually, I was born in Montreal, but I have a Polish background, so I'm part European and part Montrealer, Quebecois, Canadian, and I never think of that. I'm really proud, of course, because there are my fellow filmmakers, and we follow each other. We support each other. We share scripts for some of us. We go to our screenings to get comments. We're really there. We know whose films next, everything like that. So I sense we're really proud. But is it because we're trying to? We don't have. We have funds. But not that much for all the filmmakers out there in Quebec. But is it that we try to be so creatively in search of something because we still need to define us as a population? I really hope that in the schools they show more Quebec films and Canadian films, but Quebec films, so that there's an education starting really soon,
really before exactly.
Yes,
so,
exactly. Yeah. So when they go to theaters, they are interested in our films because we do well in the festival circuit. We do really well, but there's something where for me, nonetheless for me, I want to reach out to people. I don't want to be only in festivals. For me, both are possible. Both has been possible with some Quebec films, but I felt that there's something that we could do more. Yes.
So I'll finish with this question, and you don't have to go too much into detail, but now that you've got your 5th feature, the 5th short film, that's over and done with, and you're probably going to have the chance to go explore other film festivals. But now, what are you looking towards for your feature film? Perhaps maybe don't give away details, but maybe what themes are you looking to explore? What emotions or ideas, without any specific?
I'm currently writing my first 2 features of fiction for the past year and a half. One of them, I haven't done film school. I have done School of Life, and I've part of my jobs before were working on boats, and there's something there that I always knew that I wanted to reach for, something really physical with water. So one of my feature goes around that theme, and I see it really independent for creative liberty. and I need that in my life to just go explore, because it's such a big step, your first feature. And for my second, because I don't know which one will be first, but my other project is one more narratively structured, with great producers, Microscope from Quebec, which did Incendie, Monsieur Lazare, and they're really there for me. So I'm really more, how can I say, entouré, support, and exactly. And so there are really two different projects, and I have that urgency to do them, because I've been doing a film each year since I follow my instinct to go into cinema, and cinema is the art, the less spontaneous art. When you're writing a script, till the moment that you show it finally to people, there can be years. And for me, I'm not habitué. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
I'm really more a spontaneous person, and I that art that I haven't been chosen. It's you don't choose art. Art does choose you, and I'm like, oh damn, the feature, it's gonna be how many years, and so I'm really in the writing process right now, and the one with Microscope is named Les Lauréats, and when I check my two projects, they're really different. But what I sense is that I want to give hope to people. When I write, I'm with my characters. I'm not above them. I feel what they feel, and I really want to tell people that will see the film, you're not alone. I'm with you. Whatever life you are in, days you are in, I'm with you for that moment. And I want to give hope to those characters that I hope you'll find out in the
near future.
Very nice ending. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Sophie. Pleasure meeting you. Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.